Back at it again. I'm Talen, protector of the keep. This video is the first about weapons. Today, we learn about producing a weapon core. This video is the first in a long series about making weapons. Through these videos, we'll be making a pair of nata, but all these lessons can be used in all bladed weapons. It is now time to introduce the sheet. The sheet tells us how to make all weapons consistently. We will be basing all of our work on the sheet. Regardless of how you do the handle, the weapon core is always the same. This is a somewhat messy process, so do it outside or over a drop cloth. Let's consult the sheet and get moving. What we need to make our nata demo weapon core: a 1/2-inch fiberglass rod, base foam, carpet tape, and cloth tape. We will also need sandpaper and a metal cutting saw to process the core. The sheet tells us that the nata core is 18 inches long. Let's measure that out and mark it. We don't have to be exact, this isn't rocket surgery. Now it's time for cutting the core. Use the metal blade to gently saw into the core. Step 1 is to cut halfway. After that, you rotate the core and saw along the surface to cut the skin. You do this so that when you cut all the way, you won't get splinters. Splinters are bad. Continue to saw all the way through until it detaches. Now, a word about fiberglass and dust safety. Fiberglass is not a thing to play with, so we try to be safe around it. This is why we saw gently. Sawing too hard makes the dust fly. You don't want to breathe this in. A dust mask is recommended. Let's sand the core. We do this in order to break through the fiberglass skin so DAP sticks better. All cores get sanded if they are getting dapped. Any rough grit sandpaper would do. Sand up and down the entire core until it looks sufficiently scratched up. Then you want to take a paper towel and clean off the dust. We now have a freshly cut and sanded core. We now need to add the tip bumper. This is to make sure the core doesn't rip through the tip as fast. We need a 1/2 by 1/2 inch square of foam for the tip. Let's cut that. We then apply the carpet tape to the square. Make sure you clean off the tip before applying. Rip off a few strips of cloth tape for the tip. When applying this tape, we want to pull down as hard as we can. If we don't, the bumper won't do its job right. Turn the core 90 degrees and apply the second tape. Again, pull down as hard as you can to support the bumper. Lastly, one more strip of tape around the core to support it. And there you go, you just made your first weapon core. Happy forging! The sheet.